and welcome back to Meet the Authors. Our first guest today is Stephanie Shaw. Stephanie Shaw is a local realtor, and she has just come out with her first book. She got a picture on the cover. Show us the book and tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, so first I want to say thank you for having me on your show.
Good to see you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. And so the book that I have today that we're featuring is a compilation of several authors. There's actually about 33 people that put together life lessons and stories that changed our lives. And we felt compelled to share these lessons with people, even though they were shorter stories or shorter lessons. We just thought they had a lot of punch behind them.
Yeah, I really like that. I had a chance to look over this book before the show, and I was really impressed with how each thing is just like a quick vignette, almost like a chicken soup type book, where you get this lesson through and immediately you can feel the pungent aspect of it. So yours is only a couple of pages. Tell me about your particular lesson in that.
So I have always been very driven. I joke around when I speak to people and tell them that I'm a recovering overachiever. My favorite thing in life used to be a check mark. So I get my calendar and check everything off, and that's life's great reward for me, is the check mark. And so in 2014, I was growing a real estate company. My mom's been a realtor for 42 years on the coast, and I took over 10 years ago. And I was growing the company. We had doubled in sales volume and gross commission income, and I was super excited and proud.
Let me interrupt just a moment.
Yeah.
Tell me the name of your company.
Ladder and Bloom Shaw Properties in Gulfport.
Okay, Shaw is your name. So
Yes.
it's Ladder, Bloom, and Shaw. Okay,
Yep.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
No
Coming on.
problem, thank
so this
you.
is 2014.
Right, this
Okay.
is 2014. And my mom had been the president of the Gulf Coast Association of Realtors. And in 2014, I was elected as president of the Gulf Coast Association of Realtors. And I'm kind of really nostalgic, and that meant a lot to me. And I cherish the organization. I grew up really at the Association of Realtors. And so I really felt like I was riding high and at the pinnacle of my success
And you
in
were.
our industry. And so I was busy. You know, my planner came at the end of 2013, and I opened it up, and there was all this white space, and it was like, it was like a fresh new beginning. And then I immediately started dumping stuff in there. And I had so many obligations that year that I was then toting around a legal pad as well as the calendar. And I think we've all done that, where we spill over, and it's just a lot going on. So I was at my office in July, and the phone rang at the business phone. And it was a sheriff's department in West Virginia.
Oh, we all hate getting news like this. How terrible for you.
And they were calling to let me know that my younger brother had passed away.
How old was he?
He was 43 at the time.
And you were very close to him.
Yes, and he was younger, so it was not anything that we expected. And so I really and truly felt like that was going to be probably one of the more difficult things that I had to navigate in life. So
and you don't have children, so this is like really your whole family there is.
Right, and exactly. I do have, my mom is still alive, and so losing my younger brother, you kind of think that's who you'll hang out with and grow old with, and that's how it is, not having a husband or children. So when I really felt like that would be one of the most difficult tragedies that I would have in life, I had a lake house retreat where I would go on the weekends just to kind of get away and recoup. And I'm not a big internet and phone and cable person, and I didn't have any of that at this home. So I went up there and was trying to kind of pull myself together about 10 days after this news. And I was going through my phone and emails, and I was trying to make a list of people that I needed to let them know arrangements or thank them for what they had done.
So you're at your lake house doing this?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was out of town, just kind of trying to catch my breath and, you know, get some new direction. And so I was going through the text messages, and I see a text that's unread, and it's from a number that I don't recognize at all. And so I opened the text message and read it, and it was a text message from my younger brother.
Oh, the one who passed away. So this is like his last communication to you.
This is, and he sent it 4 days before he passed away.
Oh, and you never had a chance to really talk to him.
And I never read the text until 10 days after he was gone. And so, gosh, you know, to be very vulnerable, I was so ashamed. I felt really just ashamed. I felt guilty. I had been so busy, and I had let one of the most important things in life just go unnoticed. And so I began to write because I wasn't comfortable discussing this with people.
Sort of a journal.
Yeah. And then I think we have a common friend, Neil White, came to the coast and did a writer's workshop, and I signed up for that. And so I really had to start my healing process on my own, and this is how I did it, through writing. And so as I began to write, I felt more comfortable sharing the story. And so being so success-oriented and feeling like busy was what made me successful. It really made me sit back and reflect. And so one of the things that I have learned is that, you know, time is the currency of life, and we all have the same amount, and we need to choose how we spend that. And I start my day every day now with a power hour. And I read for 20 minutes, I write for 20 minutes, and then I reflect on things for 20 minutes. And it kind of just gives me some solid to start my day.
That sounds wonderful. Let me have you read, if you will. Tell us, I mean, we're so entranced with the experience you've gone through, and we'd like to see how you put that into words.
Okay. So I will tell you that awareness has become something that's super important to me. And while there are many books that are written with practical tips for making most of your time, reflection is the one true thing necessary for refinement. Once you're aware of the world around you, you can clearly find your place in it. And so I've really had to put on the brakes and become aware of my surroundings in order to make a change. And so my decision to contribute to this publication and this contributing author book was if I could just help one person not miss a phone call or a dinner or a basketball game, it would be worth it. So, you know, lessons of paying attention, being aware of your surroundings, putting the phones down. Last year, I went out of the country for 5 years because I love to travel. I know you love to travel. I went out of the country for 5 weeks, And before I left, I said, you know, if I'm going to go out of town for 5 weeks and really enjoy this trip, I cannot be bothered with email. So I took the email apps off my phone.
Wow, that's quite a commitment.
I haven't put them back on.
Wow.
And I have not lost any business. I have not lost any communications. It did not end the world for me. It didn't stop my business. It's probably actually helped me grow my business because I'm more focused on the right things. This year, I got rid of cable television, and I don't wear a watch anymore.
Wow, that's quite the change in your lifestyle.
There's a lot of changes, and I plan my day in the morning. I know where I need to be, and I'm not over-planned, and I'm not over-scheduled, and I'm not busy.
So here we have one last minute of our segment. Tell the people where they can get their book.
Okay, so I self-published with some other authors on Create Space, and you can follow me on Facebook at Susan Stephanie Shaw, and I have a link for you to order the book, and then I also have great support system on the coast. There's a store on Courthouse Road, Essentials, where my book will be available. I have some that are on order that are coming in. Natasha Love is a personal trainer, and she has offered to put these at her workout salon. And Jana Bergman, who has got a hair salon on the coast, has offered to put them in there. So there are lots of little places around town that you can pick them up. They're not here yet. I just ordered 50 more, so I'm waiting on them to come in, and they will be available. Or I will have a link on my Facebook page for you to order.
Stephanie, thanks so much for coming.
Thank you.
We really enjoyed seeing you.